Assalamu alaikum. 6 p.m. This is Radio Pakistan. The news read by Farzana Khan. First, the headlines. Nation celebrates 73rd Independence Day as Kashmir Solidarity Day today. Prime Minister has warned India that Pakistan will respond with full force in case of any misadventure by New Delhi. President says India, by taking unilateral steps on occupied Kashmir, has violated UN resolutions and Shimla agreement. Foreign Minister, in a telephonic conversation, has briefed his Russian counterpart about the current situation of occupied Jammu and Kashmir. Army Chief says Pakistan Army will remain fully ready to perform its role in time with national duty for Kashmir cause. Foreign Office summoned Indian Deputy High Commissioner today to lodge a strong protest on unprovoked ceasefire violations along line of control at Hot Springs sector. And in occupied Kashmir itself, the Indian authorities have further tightened the strict clampdown ahead of Independence Day tomorrow. And now the news in detail. The 73rd Independence Day is being observed today as Kashmir Solidarity Day to express full support to Kashmiri brethren reeling from renewed Indian repression. Protest rallies are being taken out in all small and major cities of the country, and seminars are being organized to highlight the plight of oppressed people in occupied Kashmir. A special logo for the Independence Day was also released, reflecting the theme Kashmir Banega Pakistan. Entire nation in a unified voice has reiterated to continue moral, political and diplomatic support of Kashmiri brethren in their just struggle for right to self-determination as promised by international community and UN resolutions. Prime Minister Imran Khan says Pakistan will respond with full force if India launches any aggression against it. He was addressing the session of Azad Jammu and Kashmir Legislative Assembly in connection with the 73rd independence of Pakistan in Muzaffarabad this afternoon. He said not only our valiant armed forces, but the whole nation is ready to defend the motherland. Pakistan will go to any extent to give befitting response to any aggression. The Prime Minister said if war breaks out between Pakistan and India, it will be the responsibility of the world community, as it did nothing despite knowing the critical situation in occupied Kashmir. Imran Khan said there are reports that India is now planning to stage action in Jammu and Kashmir in order to divert the world attention from their brutalities in occupied Kashmir. But it should not remain under any illusion about our defense capabilities. Prime Minister said we will use all international forums to help sensitize the world on gravity and enormity of the situation. President Dr Arif Ali has reiterated Pakistan's commitment to always stand by the Kashmiri brethren in their just right to self-determination. He was addressing as chief guest at an impressive flag-hoisting ceremony at Jinnah Convention Centre in Islamabad today in connection with the 73rd Independence Day of Pakistan. The president said, "We are for Kashmiris and they are for us. Their plight and affliction affect us." He said immediately after India's unilateral steps on Kashmir, government of Pakistan suspended bilateral trade with India, downgraded diplomatic relations, and decided to take the issue of Kashmir to UN Security Council. Dr Arif Ali said India has not only violated the UN resolutions on Kashmir, but also through the agreement of Shimla to dustbin. The Indian act of changing the status quo contravenes the Shimla agreement. He said the presence of 900,000 troops has made Kashmir the highest militarized zone. He said the blocking of communication and freedom of expression is a serious violation of human rights of Kashmiris. Foreign Minister Mehmood Qureshi held a telephonic conversation with his Russian counterpart Sergei Lavrov today and briefed him on the current situation of occupied Jammu and Kashmir. According to the statement issued by the Foreign Office, the Foreign Minister briefed him on the illegal and unilateral steps taken by the Indian government to change the disputed status of occupied Jammu and Kashmir and its demographic structure. He said that these steps by India are against the United Nations Security Council resolutions on human rights and Jammu and Kashmir, as well as international law. The foreign minister highlighted the severe hardships faced by the people of the occupied Jammu and Kashmir in face of unprecedented breakdown of the entire population. He also apprised his Russian counterpart about the deteriorating situation of safety and security of the population in occupied Jammu and Kashmir, which has been under curfew for the last 10 days. This is Radio Pakistan giving you the news. Chief of Army Staff General Qamar Javed Bajwa says Pakistan Army is fully alive to the sanctity of Jammu and Kashmir and will remain fully ready to perform its part in line with our national duty for the Kashmir cause. In his message on the occasion of Independence and Kashmir Solidarity Day, he said the reality of Kashmir was neither changed by an illegal piece of paper in 1947 nor will any other do in now or in future. He said Pakistan has always stood by Kashmiris against India's hegemonic ambitions and will always do. General Qamar Javed Bajwa said there can never be a compromise on Kashmir. He said we shall stand in the face of tyranny regardless of the cost. Foreign Office today summoned Indian Deputy High Commissioner Gaurav Abiwala and said that the unprovoked ceasefire violations by Indian occupation forces along the line of control at Groats Hot Springs sector are being condemned. In a statement, Foreign Office said that no innocent civilian, 38-year-old Sarfaraz Ahmed, the resident of a village Chalal, was martyred by Indian firing. Foreign Office spokesperson Dr. Mohammad Faisal urged the Indian side to respect the 2003 ceasefire arrangement, investigate these and other incidents of ceasefire violations, instruct the Indian forces to respect the ceasefire in letter and spirit, and maintain peace on the line of control and working boundary. He urged that the Indian side to permit UNMOGIP to play its amended role as per the UN Security Council resolutions. In India, Congress Party's General Secretary Priyanka Gandhi Vadra has termed the scrapping of Article 370 totally unconstitutional and against the principles of democracy. Talking to newsmen in Uttar Pradesh, she said the manner in which the special status of Jammu and Kashmir has been changed is totally unconstitutional as there are rules to be followed. In occupied Kashmir, the Indian authorities have further tightened the strict clampdown ahead of India's Independence Day tomorrow, adding more to the sufferings of the oppressed people of the held valley. The occupied territory has been in a lockdown since the Narendra Modi government's decision to scrap the special status of Jammu and Kashmir by abrogating Article 370 of the Indian Constitution earlier this month. The communication blackout continues on the 10th successive day today, with internet and telephone links snapped and imposition of strict restrictions on the media. Palestinian Prime Minister Mohammed Ishtai has said the extreme and unilateral measures of the United States have undermined the peace process with Israel. In a meeting with American congressmen at his office in Ramallah, he said the U.S. administration's measures have annulled all the final status issues. He said Palestinians are eager for peace that is based on right and justice. The Palestinian Prime Minister said the best solution for Palestine is the two-state solution on the borders of 1967, with East Jerusalem as the capital of the state of Palestine. Baseball. Pakistan's baseball team will leave for China tomorrow to take part in the 10th Under-15 Asian Baseball Championship 2019, scheduled to begin at Shenzhen from Monday. Besides Pakistan, Japan, Korea, China, Taiwan, Hong Kong, Indonesia, and the Philippines are participating in the event. And finally, the weather. Widespread rains and wind thunderstorms are expected in Khyber Pakhtunkhwa, Upper Punjab, Islamabad, Gilgit-Baltistan, and Kashmir, while at isolated places in central South Punjab and at isolated places in Sakhar, Larkana, Karachi, Hyderabad, Job, Kallat, Sibbi, and Nasirabad divisions during the next 12 hours. Heavy falls are also expected in Hazara, Malakand, Mardan, Peshawar, Rawalpindi, Gujranwala, Lahore divisions, and Kashmir. And that is the end of the news. For more news and analyses, log on to our website radio.gov.pk and also watch live video streaming of our bulletins on the link facebook.com/Radio Pakistan News Official.